gonna get beat to death. Believe that, punk. You ain't got no business in the ring with me.
I'm telling you right now, this fight is the same fight I saw with Father Morello when I was at the St. Aloysius Church when I was 13 years old.
And to help call the action on this historic night is none other than, you ready, Chris?
Yeah.
Academy Award winning.
That's right.
3-6 Mafia.
That's right.
Juicy J and DJ Paul.
These are two gentlemen who are adults already. They should have jobs. They should have some sort of career goals, yet they don't.
In a TLC match, tables, ladders, and cervezas.
Oh, no! Oh, my God!
Yeah, I mean, we got to spend at least, like I said, at least an hour on Dan's phone charging situation.
Okay.
God.
That made me mad.
It's fucked up, dude.
I was like, what are you talking about? It's 10 a.m. in the morning. Why are you saying you have 2% battery? Was he doing like an old school drive overnight with his family in the car?
Knowing Dan, he might have.
This man is trusted with children.
Too often.
He's got
Too often.
2% battery at 10 in the morning.
It was disgusting.
He should be
And then-
Next thing you know, he's
In most
inviting his
societies, he
new
would
friend
be.
Matt Riddle to cheer comps.
I was about to say 2% battery, 10 a.m., but 1% battery, photo of Matt Riddle. So, well done. Well done. Kind of impressive. All right there, folks. Welcome to episode... What episode is this, folks? I'm not on this show.
Is this
for-
98?
It's episode. It's 100.
98! Oh, we just jumped to 100. That's funny. Episode 98 of Violent People Radio. I am one of your hosts this week, Sam. With me, per usual, Pork.
Can anyone be with you per usual at this point?
I like to think you're with me always.
In spirit, I am.
In
Hi,
spirit.
I'm doing great.
And Chris, how we doing?
I'm great. I am definitely locked into this podcast. I have no other distractions from any of my local sports teams.
No, none of them are falling down hurt after getting crossed over. So you're good. You're feeling it. And last but not least, Pat.
Yeah, I don't
Oh.
want to talk about sports. I'm in a pretty dark place.
You got major feelings about Jaylen Brown. I can tell. It's all you've been talking about in private chat.
It's true.
All right, so we didn't have a fourth chair up until, I don't know, 8 hours ago. So glad Pork could be on this week. We're just gonna talk about what we've been watching. Chris, I'm assuming you've watched a lot because I think that was the last note you said. Hey, I'm gonna watch a lot of wrestling from when I get off of work until the show.
I literally asked if I should watch wrestling, and I was told no.
Wow.
By you.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah,
guess
I'm not
Oh, you're
afraid to
that
name
quick.
names.
We're naming names.
But yeah, I mean, the Pistons have been playing every other night, and I can't watch anything before or after because either I have so much adrenaline that I can't focus on anything, or I'm so fucking mad at every when the Pistons were down to the Magic and I thought they were going to lose in 6, I all I could think about was murder. So I couldn't watch wrestling then. I can't watch wrestling now. I'm definitely not watching, oftentimes I'm at least watching clips of JCW or something during the recording of the show. No, I'm just keeping track of the game. I can't put a game stream because it keeps crashing while I'm on voice call. So I'm just like watching the score go up and down.
I will say, Chris, though, speaking of stuff you watch, earlier today, Grimace posted all the people who got votes in GWE who weren't nominated. And I think I can find your entire ballot in here.
Oh, fuck.
Avisman, Ares, Blue Demon Jr., Cerebro Negro, like everyone who's ever worked IWRG is in this list. Danhausen, Demolition Smash, all the Chris favorites. El Terrible.
Some of those
were
were hard cuts. Danhausen, I can't believe no one else voted for. I know I was beating the drum for Danhausen this entire time, but to no avail. Not even my own avail.
I think it's crazy that Grimace would do all this work to still do all of the counting of these people that were not nominated that got votes, but still not count them.
No, it's so sick.
It does
I'm so
warm my
for
heart.
it.
It does warm my heart that the list includes like the entire 2026 Stardom roster.
What the fuck is up with 21 Taz votes? Yeah. I like Taz as a wrestler. I like him.
But everyone voted on him as a commentator. So
like I said on Twitter, no nominations, Jones.
He's in the cultural zeitgeist. That's why.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. Anyway, so you're telling me you didn't watch any wrestling this week after all that?
No. God, no. But Survivor was on Wednesday. I was getting mad at Jeff Probst again.
Okay.
I'm glad my good friend Pork is here so we can talk Survivor.
I gave up on this season a couple of episodes ago.
Wow.
It is fucked up. It is fucked up that the best episode of the season might be the Mr. Beast episode. What the fuck are we? What the fuck are we doing?
I gave up when Christian got nominated. It's like, I'm not enjoying this.
Yeah, it's like Suri is cooking. She has no chance of winning now.
Serena has a chance of winning.
There's no shot. She's gonna get fucked over sometime in the next couple weeks. But goddamn, she is like, it is crazy how in this awful season she is still cooking like Suri can. And she really, I have no belief in her winning this season. She is going to be, she is the best Survivor player ever to not win a season.
I mean, that was true before this.
That was true before this, and it is even truer now. She is incredible.
Is she incredible if she loses?
I mean, she probably wouldn't have, if there weren't fucking dog shit twists every other week. She probably wouldn't have lost her biggest ally this episode, even though he was a dumbass. But this isn't the Survivor.
Player has a giant dumbass for a partner
because she couldn't manipulate him.
She was separated from him
at birth.
I have developed a love-hate relationship with Joe. He's so stupid.
No, I just hate Joe. I just fucking hate Joe. We're in Survivor 50. You're trying to play the honorable game. Fuck off.
My favorite thing is people pitching. I want Joe to go in the traitors and be a traitor.
That would be sick. Joe on the traitors as a traitor would be sick. He would just kill himself.
Just kill himself. All right.
He seems like a nice guy. I don't want him to die.
No, not literally. Not literally. Pat, you always watch a lot of wrestling before these episodes.
Actually, I watched a couple shows. I even went to a show.
You did. How was
Yeah.
it?
It was fun. It was a little indie called Focus Pro, which is Massachusetts local. It's got the stupid show names of every indie promotion ever. The show I went to is called All the Small Things, and all the posters and logos were designed to look like Enema of the State era Blink 182.
Love.
It was a good time. You want to go
Like-
through the matches or just take my word for it?
I
I want
mostly
to go
take.
through the matches.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so pre-show 4-way match. Mike
Oh, fuck,
Grazza
the
defeats
pre-show.
Junie Underwood and Ryan O'Neal and Wrecking Ball Legursky, the legend himself, Wrecking Ball Legursky,
One of the goats.
in this match. Mike Grazza is, you know how everyone calls Damian Priest the bisexual Undertaker?
No, but
I
I
do.
again take your word for
People do, and Mike Grazza is that times 10.
it. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, this was actually a pretty decent little match. I think Junie Underwood was the weak link. He does comedy, but it's not like very funny comedy. He needs to kind of decide if he's going to be a comedy guy or a moves guy, or he needs to figure his shit out. Moving on to the main card, we had Leroy Robinson, who I last saw in Matt Tremont's H2O promotion, versus GCW mainstay Teriyaki. This was an okay match. Moving on from there, we had the Focus Pro Women's Championship. Kaya McKenna defending against Steph DeLander. Did you know that Steph DeLander? She's back? No. TNA refused to clear her, so she said, screw you, I quit TNA. I'm going to go wrestle for the Indies.
Where the real money is.
I will say, Steph DeLander, she's very fun to watch live. She has, I mean this as a compliment, but it's going to sound like a backhanded one, even though I don't intend it that way. She has an amazing face for wrestling, in that, like, her facial expressions and, you know, the way she reacts to things with her face is very, very entertaining unto itself.
Yeah. Okay.
Following that, we had my match of the night. The undisputed IWTV Independent Wrestling World title was on the line as Mance Warner defended against Brian Bayside. Now,
I have
on
no
Twitter,
idea who that is.
Brian Bayside, he's, I think, one of the co-owners of the promotion, and he's a comedy babyface. I think he's only been wrestling a few years. He looks like if Ian Rotten got new ring attire based on the Rugrats logo.
Okay.
And, you know, his thing is just that it's kind of a Simon Nova thing. It's kind of just like a fun party fat boy babyface thing. He wears like neon sweatbands as part of his thing. Mance came out and cut a promo on JetBlue because they had lost his bags, including the bag with the IWTV title in it. And I will say, this is a credit to Mance's time in the, you know, like the IWA Mid-South mines. He knows how to work a good comedy match. When I did that, you know, best of GCW in 2024 match, I was like, why does Mance and Effie why do those two have such good chemistry together? And I think it's because the two of them have really good comedy instincts that, you know, they can find that kind of third mind thing where the two of them are working in sync. Even if they weren't necessarily doing comedy, it's just that they can tap into that kind of shared mindset. Mance, really good comedy guy, it turns out. I enjoyed this match a lot. All of this is on IWTV. Feel free to go watch it or don't. I don't really give a shit what you do.
Or could change the password. I don't know how anymore. That's not a joke.
Okay. Well, we'll have to. Next episode, we confront Orchid about that. Following that relaxed rules match, Vixen versus JB Anderson. They called this relaxed rules. It was a death match.
Cool.
They had contraptions with carpet strips. They had cactuses, or cacti as they're known. They had basically everything short of glass, which I don't know if it's a city by city thing or a state thing, but I'm pretty sure you can't use glass in Massachusetts.
As I say, this seems like a weird also promotion for this type of match.
Yeah. I mean, JB Anderson has kind of slotted himself into being, you know, and he's another ex-H2O guy. He's kind of a low-level no holds barred guy. I forgot to mention after the Mance Warner Bryan Bayside match, Danny DeManto came out, waffled Bayside with a chair, and then did something that I'm not sure I've ever seen anyone do. Bayside's a pretty hefty boy. So Danny DeManto took the steel chair, sat it down like, unfolded, so that the what's the word? The crossbar for like the legs was just wedged right into Bayside's gut, and then sat on him to do a promo for some upcoming match they're going to have.
Cool.
And I just thought that is so disrespectful, but also such a good video to do it to like a fat boy.
Yeah, that's a true worker, Danny DeManto.
Yeah. And then he went right back to his merch table. But yeah, JB Anderson, he's kind of like the promotion's go-to deathmatch hardcore guy now. After this, Focus Pro Tag Team titles, post-game, who I think are WWE ID guys. If they're not, they might as well be. They just kind of look like they would be. Defending against Busta and the Brain, Alec Price, and Jordan Oliver. This was this was an indie tag team title defense, and Alec Price and Jordan Oliver had it won. So post-game's manager ran in and got the intentional DQ so that the AEW guys don't have to lose, but the titles don't have to change. It was fine. Next match was Effie versus Diego Alvarez, who is some sort of like evil Latin machismo annoying type guy. He has a title belt that he modified to have a giant picture of his own face as the central plate instead of, a winged eagle or anything like that. This was, for all that we talked about last week with no one really wants to see Psycho heel Effie. This was as if this was like, all that's happening on Earth 2. This is just the Effie that you would expect to show up and work an indie match at a beer hall in Medford, Massachusetts. Speaking of, this match was at a beer hall. They had a big curtain separating the event space from where people were just coming in and like ordering beers and eating food and watching baseball. And if you were on the balcony to watch the wrestling show and you looked at the other end of the venue, you could see a few tables of people who were there for someone's 55th birthday party. And I can only imagine what was going through their heads hearing this wrestling show going on from the other side of the venue. The main event was Manny Aries defending their Focus Pro title against Frankie Kazarian. My review of that match is I decided to leave early to beat traffic. As for what else I watched, did any of you watch GCW at the ECW Arena?
I did not. If I was
Yeah,
going to
no.
watch anything, I would have started skimming that show.
It was in terms of matches, it was pretty blah. I mean, it's like yet another show where Gringo Loco goes 20 minutes for no reason. Yet another show where Joey Janela goes 20 minutes for no reason. Bear Bronson versus Nick Gage went 20 minutes, which was insane. Just like saying to Nick Gage, all right, buddy, we want you to do 20 minutes out there, just feels like even more abusive than the guys from Seven giving him meth or whatever. Tony Deppen is back. He has unretired and getting to do so at the ECW Arena, I'm sure was pretty cool for him. He's a Pennsylvania guy. The ladder match had Lil Sicko billed as Sicko the Clown, and he and Nino Extremo were doing some crazy shit off those ladders. If nothing else, I'm sure Trippin' Balls or someone has the clips of it, like them doing like a cash. They did a cash flow off the ladder that was so momentous that GCW's stream broke in the middle of it.
God bless.
The highlight of the show, the old school versus new school 8-man tag team match, which was Junie Underwood, Ryan O'Neal, Teriyaki, and Jimmy Lloyd, who is billed as a new school guy, which is very, very funny, versus Ruckus, Greg Excellent, B-Boy, and Spider Nate Webb. This match did not officially end, because Kerry Morton and Griffin McCoy came out to yell at everyone and say that they're the real new school, blah, 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 blah. And then whose music hits but Homicide? And Homicide didn't really do anything other than just intimidate Kerry Morton and Griffin McCoy towards the ring, where all 8 of the wrestlers started beating their asses. So Kerry tries to escape. He makes it out of there. And whose music hits? John Zandig in the ECW arena for the first time in, I think, 27 years.
My God.
I mean,
Okay, I kind of want to watch this show now.
like, Brett still has, when Brett is booking like stuff like this, the show should be more like, why can't they make the whole plane out of the John Zandig surprise? Like, we don't need Vipers versus Joey Janela for 20 minutes. We need 20 minutes of Homicide and Zandig in the ECW arena. And then they inducted Ruckus into the ECW Arena Hall of Fame, which was nice. You know, Ruckus had a nice little speech. The other highlight of the show, I don't think you should watch the whole match because it was, like every GCW match, way, way too long. Marcus Mathers versus Atticus Cogar, there's a part where they're fighting at ringside, and you know the like the catapult thing where you like have them under the bottom rope and you're holding their legs and then you fall backwards so that they like their throat catches on the bottom rope.
Yeah.
So Atticus does that, but instead of doing it on the ropes, they're outside. Atticus slides Marcus's body under the ring steps, which have like cutaway panels, and does that to him there. Marcus comes out of that looking like he bladed with a fucking katana. Like, it was clearly not supposed to like cut him open, but he must have caught himself on something in the stairs, and he just is bleeding buckets for a while. And unfortunately, the match didn't end while the match went on so long that he stopped bleeding. But it was crazy. Another crazy blood thing I saw, because I tried to catch up on Mania Week and didn't make it very far, but did anyone else watch Toby Klein versus Otis Cogar?
No.
Didn't even know
At the
it
very end of that, I'm pretty sure Otis must have shot Toby in the side of the head or something, because that's the only explanation I have for how much blood was coming out of Toby Klein. That was on MDK Fight Club, by the way. The only match I really recommend going back and checking out from that, Slade versus Redacted, no rope, barbed wire.
Oh yeah, I watched that match. That was pretty.
Yeah, there are parts of that where they genuinely almost kill each other, and it's not like when, you know, Kyle Fletcher gets suplexed on his head off the top rope, and it's like it's supposed to look like he almost got killed. This was like, oh no, there are parts where Dr. Redacted just almost dies. It's fitting that they open a show with moments of almost accidentally paralyzing someone, and then they end the show with the second Hayabusa.
Fitting.
It's fitting. That's off the top of my head. That's all I really remember watching. I'm sure I watched some other stuff, but you know, it just doesn't stick in my mind anymore.
Well, what else is there besides Brett's promotion and your local promotion?
Exactly. I mean, what else do you need?
I mean,
You really don't need nothing else.
I'm really looking forward to the 2036 Greatest Wrestler Ever, when it's like everyone being like, oh yeah, the GCW Classics, we gotta vote these guys in. We gotta vote in Blake Christian and Joey Janela and fucking Gringo Loco.
Shotzi
Otis
Blackheart
Cogar
really deserves her time to shine.
Well, yeah, but unironically.
As a wrestler and a booker.
As a promoter, you
Exactly.
know, she should be Observer Hall of Fame first ballot.
1,000%. No questions asked. Pork, I have a question for you though. What have you been watching?
Well, you can read what I've been watching on the site. The hit piece of the King of DDT Night 1 review.
Yeah, I got it at this thing right now, so let me get back to you on that.
It's received rave reviews, the piece. One person DM'd me on Discord to say they liked it. So this is going to the moon, people.
Well, yeah, I'm going to do them one better. And I'm going to tell you on the podcast that I read it and I liked it.
Oh,
thank you.
So when are the rest of them coming out?
when the other nights of the show come out.
Happen?
Nope. It's not like there's breaks in between each day. There's like shows in between each day. It's not like night after night.
Brother, when is the next show? When is the next show for King of DDT?
I think it's like sometime next week.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, call your shot. Who do you think's winning the tournament?
Boom.
Harashima. Feels like time to pull it. The Yuki's title reign's been fine, but not particularly inspiring. He needs a very interesting match. I think it's the one you go to.
Who's going to be on the other side of the finals, though?
See, that would be great if I knew what the brackets were and weren't just taking the matches.
All right, let me.
Well,
King of
Mark, I don't know if this makes you
DDT.
feel any better over the state of our site, regardless, but you are tied for like the most popular posts of the past week on the site.
What am I tied with?
Recommended
Patrick
matches
Smith.
roundup 67 WrestleMania Week Edition, and that's WrestleMania Week
Hard.
Edition. Like that's
Hard to lose.
that's hard stuff. So you know what?
I'm looking at the other side of the brackets, and I have a sinking feeling that I don't know, Chris Brooks or someone.
Cool.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah, but from that show, I won't go too over what I already written. Harada versus Dino is one of the best matches of the year. I would very much
Amen.
recommending that. And the rest of the show is kind of middling to good. There's some interesting stuff in there. DDT is, for me, it's a promotion where like the average match rating isn't the highest thing in the world, but it's just such an easily watchable product. I can just sit back and I watch DDT, and I always have a fun time. And this show is a continuation of that.
Have you watched anything else this week?
I watched one other match from DDT.
Okay. Was it good?
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was Harada versus Dino versus Akito. And the gimmick for this match is to win it, you needed to throw your opponent into the ring for 5 seconds. So it was a reverse
That doesn't sound
count out
cool.
match.
Mm,
And yeah,
Interesting.
it's fun. It's like what you expect from these three.
I
Yeah,
gotta
I'm
tell
down
you,
for
I'm
that.
gonna take your word for it. I'm gonna take your word for it.
You shouldn't. You should watch it. It's really good.
I have not watched 2026 wrestling really this year at all, so I feel
Well,
like
Here's
I
your way to
shouldn't get on
start.
that. And I'm not gonna talk about most of the wrestling I've been watching because you're gonna have to read about it, just like Borg said.
I do have a question about that.
Yeah.
How far are you into that 30-minute Iron Man match?
We're past
Ooh.
it. We're done with it.
Oh, okay.
We've. It was a lot. It was a lot.
This was a point of, I'm going to peel back the curtain for people a little bit. Sam, he's doing the work on 2CW, but he was dreading
Put it in the
30-minute
work.
Spike Dudley Iron Man match.
30-minute
weekends.
2006 Spike Dudley match is not ideal. Not what you're looking for, if I'm being honest.
That's exactly what I'm looking for, actually.
Spike.
Yeah.
I can't even picture Spike Dudley in an Iron Man match.
Let me tell you.
I can, and it's like Spike Dudley versus 911, and he just gets pinned 400 times in 30 minutes. Just gets choke slammed like every 10 seconds.
It's something like that. It's something like that, except not nearly as fun as you could imagine that being. But we've survived. I have finished all of 2006 2CW. So that
Wow.
will all be hitting the site in due time, but spacing that out because I'm taking a break and I can't go back quite yet. 2007 though has Eddie Edwards and Brody Lee debut, folks that people probably know more than main event Jason Axe and the Killer Steves, who are one of the worst tag teams I've ever seen.
So I did watch.
I have another question.
Sure.
This is just about 2CW in general.
Okay.
And I'm basing it on how often I saw someone on New England shows. Did Slick Wagner Brown make it upstate very much?
Just for 2CW.
Just for 2CW? But was he like a regular, or was it just like
Oh.
special attraction?
Regular.
We flew him in, Slick Wagner Brown.
All the time. Like, there are strong ties between 2CW and New England wrestling. I think a lot of it because of Spike. But
You think Spike was like, I can't remember the 2CW guy's name, but he's like, you got to check out this guy, Jimmy Jacked Cash.
You know what? Spike was driving the car probably with Slick Wagner Brown. Those two is coming together. I have to imagine.
I also have a 2CW question, if you don't mind.
Sure.
When the Drake song got popular, did they ever do the 2CW slide?
I'm going to tell you something right now, which is not going to come to any surprise to anyone listening to this. I have no idea what you're talking about.
2C slide. Left foot, da, da, da.
I'm
not a Drake guy, but it's one of it was a very popular song.
Helpful. Does everyone else know what Pork's talking about?
Absolutely, I know what he's talking about. I mean, the thing is, Sam is much more of a fan of Drake for his, views on dating than for his music.
How many billions of views we want to bet this song has on YouTube?
I'm going to say 1.6.
That's 2C, not 2CW,
Okay. It's not as popular as I thought it was.
What is that?
2CW was
400 million.
2CW was absolutely dead by the time 2C Slide came out.
Oh, 2020. Yes, 1000%.
Well, this could have been the thing.
Coming back in October, I think. So.
Well, I just gave them a pitch. You can build a whole promotion around this.
Yeah, no, 2026 is definitely when you want to hitch yourself to the Drake train. It's indie wrestling, so he would be like the least pedophilic person at the show.
He's got a new album.
Big Moose fans. So that's like who they like to hitch their wagon to. So it's all cool.
Moose is the Drake of wrestling.
Well, I don't know if I would say that. I think different things.
I would.
Different things.
Drake has heat with Dean Malenko over the Iceman nickname.
Oh, so I watched an Iceman match this week.
Iceman Dean Malenko or Iceman the fat old British guy?
Fat old British guy.
Okay.
From 1PW in 2005. Iceman versus Lee. Low-key could not save this. I don't know what I was thinking, but I decided I have these 1PW shows on my hard drive. I was like, I should watch these. These cards look good. Everyone's been lying to me all these years. This promotion is bad. Unfortunately, I think they might be right. I don't know also why I did this, but I watched a 20-minute Steve Corino versus Al Snow match. Again,
this is from 2026 or
2005. 2005. Okay. 1PW in the UK. Also not good. You do not want a 20-minute Al Snow match no matter what. They do an injury angle with Steve Corino for 5 full minutes.
That's awesome.
Which I think it was audacious, and I was like, if they actually ended the match right there, I was like, no, this is 4 stars. This is amazing.
It's
This
so
is-
awesome that like a young Will Ospreay and Marty Skrull and Josh Bodum and everyone else were going to these matches like, this is what I want to do.
And then they go like 9 more minutes, and the match ends with it actually turning into a tag team match between Steve Corino and Tracy Smothers versus Al Snow and Blue Meanie. That also goes like 7 minutes.
All the stars.
So it's like 30 minutes with the match transitioning to a tag team match and also a 5-minute injury angle. It was an experience. It was an experience.
I think one of the
yeah.
few 1PW matches I've watched is Carino versus Abyss in a barbed wire match, and that match is fucking sick.
Maybe I'll watch.
I would actually recommend that. I forgot there is another match I watched this week. It's an old match. I rewatched Suzuki versus Senshiro Takagi, the baseball match. It's one of the greatest matches of all time.
Oh, the empty arena one?
Yeah.
Would you say it's one of the most rewatchable matches of all time?
I would actually say no, because it's too long.
Damn. Rip to them. They're not going to get the rub. Sorry for it.
I wonder what's next on the docket for that podcast.
Yeah. We will see if that person will reply to my DMs.
Pork's not.
I mean, I am looking forward to the episode on Steve Corino versus Al Snow.
Pork, you know what? Next time you come on the show, I want you to have watched that match. So if you could talk about that next time you're on, that'd be great.
Okay, I'll make a mental note. I'm not even sure which match in particular you're referring to.
I'll record it for you, and then I'll send it your way. You'll love it.
I guarantee. Carino Al Snow? I like one of those. I like one of those wrestlers.
Al Snow?
What do you have against Carino?
Mostly his son.
Spike, you know.
I mean, I think I've mentioned this on the show before, but it's so awesome that Steve Corino went to 0-1, and Shinya Hashimoto was like, "You need to be heavier. Like, we can't buy you as a heavyweight unless you actually get your weight up." And Steve Corino said, "Well, okay, instead of hitting the gym, I'm just going to get fat." And Hashimoto was like, "Perfect. You're a heavyweight. We love it."
Hashimoto respects that, though.
That's what he did.
To be fair, he was fat beforehand.
Well, he went from like a chubby little cherub to, a big boy.
Professional wrestling, beautiful sport. Also, I've been watching the William Regal Good Helmet comp set because I had that on my hard drive. Hey, that William Regal cat, pretty good wrestler.
I think I had him as the 98th best wrestler of all time.
Pretty good.
Wrestler of all time.
Pretty
Not
good.
Best, greatest.
Yeah, better get that right. You better get that
Yeah,
right.
the BWE is later this year.
That's more of a late fall sort of situation. All right, folks. Time to move to our big top.
Before we get into the big top, it's something that I was poking at for the site and couldn't get off the ground. I wanted to do a big live post, but I was making the acronym Big Loads. Okay. I can't remember what the O was for originality. I can't remember what the D was for right now, but it just wasn't coming together.
Dick.
It wasn't like as
Dick.
funny as it should have been. But I do kind of regret not having it like not just trucking through and coming up with something I could do with the Big Loads rating system before voting ended. That's on me.
You can always time that.
Or
to the top
if you want to pass the buck, it's on the Postal Service for employing me and keeping me too busy to want to sit and write about wrestling, let alone watch
bastards.
I'm going postal over it.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Yeah, I mean that's a slur to us. That's our word.
Is there anything? What's been on the site?
What's been on the
going
site?
on?
We talked about most of everything that's actually been on the site via bullshitting here. But we have the recommended matches roundup from WrestleMania week from Koro. Koro's back in the saddle, killing it as always. The latest and greatest worn out tapes covering Jay Briscoe versus Mark Briscoe from our dear friend Pork, featuring Dan Rice and Rob Naylor. And correct me if I'm wrong, you still do not know who Rob Naylor is, correct, Pork?
I knew who Rob Naylor was.
Okay. Your
I
big
said I
FCW.
didn't have very strong. Said I didn't have very strong opinions on him. Was the thing I said to Dan.
Who's Dan
That's
Rice?
even worse.
You gotta have strong opinions literally on everything. Otherwise, what are we doing here? You're a podcaster. Podcaster at heart.
Oh, don't say that.
That's what's gonna go on your tombstone. Pork.
I mean, Sam,
Oh,
that one's also a
podcaster.
slur.
I need to write way more. I cannot be known for podcasting.
Who is Dan Rice?
Sorry, Randice.
Randice.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
Randice. Might be.
AKA Dave
slip of the
Noodles.
tongue.
The friend to the stars, Randice. Dear close personal friend of Matt Riddle and Joe Gacy. You love to hear it.
You're telling me Iran fried this dice?
That's right.
I do think it's fucked up that he's spending more time with Riddle and Gacy than he is with us this week.
He's picked his people.
Yeah, I mean they go on vacation every year together, so like who am I to shit on the Dan Wright or Randice? I'm sorry. Legally Randice.
Randice.
I do think it's heartwarming that this mysterious gentleman we are discussing is there for his friends in their time of need, such as when their entire stable gets laid off.
Okay, but
What a
imagine
good guy.
next picture we see of Randice, purple hat.
Matt,
He took off.
He's barely got hair. What are we
I'm
talking
very
about?
happy
Purple beard.
Okay.
to have seen that picture of Matt Riddle just completely fucked up at like 2 p.m. Makes me feel a lot better about myself.
Sorry, I'm looking at Tony Duffin getting fired. I don't know. Because he's an idiot? Who knows? What else we got on the site this week? We got your review of DDT's King of DDT 2026, Night 1. And then we have my 2CW doing the work from the Field of Dreams Unica show in 2006, where I'm ranking every 2CW match to have ever had. I'll have another piece.
Can I say you're doing a stellar job at it?
I know. Expect the full list to go on the site probably next week of where we're at. I have to have a spreadsheet with multiple tabs because I keep forgetting where I'm moving things. It's exciting stuff.
Are we gonna put the VP GWE that Steph's working on the site? Oh, there's no idea.
No idea. I like
I
that
believe
one point he
Steph
said,
mentioned wanting to clear it with Grimace first to avoid
Yeah,
coming off like, oh yeah, well we're doing our own thing. That's also your thing that you did the work for.
well, it's quite a large sample size, and maybe it's not great giving away what seems to be some trends. Even though I think anyone could probably predict a lot of stuff.
hey, you can just post it afterwards. Just let the GWE post, and then boom, in June this drops. But anyway, he mentioned doing this for the site, and I said I had no idea. Incredible stuff. I'd love it to be on the site. I just want to see it.
Yeah, I'm very curious.
All right, Pap, kick us off with the big top.
What? I thought we were going into the Rand Dice situation further.
Oh yes. What about him deciding that he's going to just go away from us and be part of an MLW?
Go away from us and hit us with an injunction of some kind.
Oh, I should read that. That was really wordy. I don't know why he did all this. Okay, Rand Dice told us we needed to read this before we recorded tonight. This is formal notice that you are to immediately cease and desist from making any reference to me, Rand Dice, and or to my GWE list on Violent People Radio, violentpeople.co, or any quote-unquote Porrick podcast, dirt sheet, message board, Discord server, or group chat. For the avoidance of doubt, this demand applies to any mention, discussion, characterization, joke, criticism, or commentary of me, Rand Dice, my GWE list, my rankings, snubs, flubs, methodology, or reasoning, any alleged controversy or involving my GWE list, any private or public statements attributed to me concerning GWE, my ROH bias, any other mental illness I may or may not have. This demand applies in perpetuity. Silence, prior association, prior participation in said project, or previous friendships shall not be construed as consent. Sincerely, Rand Dice.
He does not have to worry about previous quote-unquote friendships.
Yeah, I'm about to say, why is that?
Got him. So, I've got Dan's actual list pulled up here.
Who?
Rand's list here.
No, we get it, from what you just read. We can't talk about Rand Dice.
I'm confused what the bit is now. I think it is also impossible to say Rand Dice not a bit in a Trump voice.
Rand Dice.
Rand Dice.
Well, now it's something a Borat voice, I think.
Rand Dice.
Exactly.
The thing is,
Not.
the Trump voice and the Borat voice are starting to come together in the center.
Yeah, they're meeting in the middle somewhere. I don't know how that happens because the Borat voice has not changed in 20 years, but somehow, some way, they're coming together.
I'm Rand Dice.
Bork, clue me in. What was the bet, the wager Rand made as far as Tenru goes? Because I feel like I've missed it.
I think Steph was very confident. Like most Steph stories, this starts with them calling Tanner an idiot.
For sure. All good stories start that way.
Tenryu wouldn't be top 3. Steph thinks Tenryu will be top 3 in GWE voting. And Tanner was like, no, do you want to bet pizza on it? And Steph was like, no, that's dumb. And then Dan was like, do you want to bet $15 or something? And so we're at a bet.
All right. That answers that. That's why Rand does not have that on his ballot at all.
No, he's
I don't know,
Tenryu is at 49.
Oh, that rat bastard. He just does not view them as nearly as good as any of the 4 pillars. Which, I don't know. He put 3 of them in a row, which I think is cowardly.
Cowardly.
Performative.
Performative. That's a good way to put it. Thank you, Pork. Performative of him. What is the most egregious thing Rand did here?
Can I see this ballot? I'm kind of
jealous.
In the chat. Well, no, can we just post it in the chat? Oh, there you are.
Oh, it's in the chat.
Okay. Yeah, I see it now.
The VPR studio.
Okay.
Folks, I'll post this as a JPEG in the description. I'm sure that's possible. I'm sure everyone's going to be able to see it and know what I'm talking about.
So, I guess I kind of get it. Jamie Noble at 99. Like,
Again, ROH bias from our dear friend Rand Dice. Couldn't ignore it. Couldn't ignore him.
I do need to follow up on something I said earlier. Tony Deppen is back wrestling.
Yes.
He has gotten fired from his real life job over that.
Yep. That is that's what I was distracted by.
So we just
He
want
had
to
a
say
job.
prayers up to our good friend Tony Deppen. Tony, if you're ever at Discovery Cove at the same time as me, I would love to hassle you for a picture. I will act like your family is not even there.
He might have been in the same line of work as you.
That's a good question.
He's alluding to being a government employee.
That's true, but that covers a lot of ground.
I guess it does.
Yeah, I could probably find out what he was doing. I've got a friend who, I'm like friends of a friend with a guy who knows Tony Deppen, so I could probably find out, but I also kind of don't want to. I mean, he's having a tough time. He doesn't need me digging into his shit for a podcast.
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? All right. Anyone got anything mean to say about Ran or Pork's ballots before we move on from?
what? Hey, when did?
Do we have either? Where are they?
I can get you my ballot.
Rand's in the VPR studio. I don't know where.
Oh, okay. I was looking at the. Sorry, I was looking at the.
So one thing I'm surprised by, in the Discord, Steph has been talking a lot about ballots that have Volkan, but not Kiyoshi Tamura.
Sure.
Yeah.
Dan has
Negro
that's one of Navarro
mine.
51. No Solar.
Oh.
Which I did rank Negro Navarro a good chunk higher than Solar, but those are two guys that you do kind of lump together.
That is very true. That is very true. Dan, not super respectful. Has to make room for Jamie Noble and Mike Quackenbush.
Mike Quackenbush is crazy. 33 Mike Quackenbush is crazy.
It's very, very Dan. I love it. I love it.
69 Ian Watton.
Yeah, way too low.
I mean, that's just true.
Man. No, I've been
This
trying to
dude
find
Dan was not. He was not brave enough to put his list on Twitter. It's just him retweeting Pork and Orchid.
Oh God, I hate the
put
follow.
Matsunaga at number 1.
Yeah, best wrestler ever.
We got Dory Funk top 10. Pork.
Okay,
What?
that's I respect the shit out of that.
Funks are the best tag team of all time. And Dory.
Holy smoking. There's a lot going on in your ballot.
There is a lot going on.
I'm not looking at your ballot right now, but I respect you so much for putting Dory top 10.
Yeah, Dory 9. Not even just top 9. I'm greatest wrestler of all time.
This thing is zigs and zags. Every time I look at it. We got Hashimoto at 36, then boom, Chuck Taylor at 38.
I don't see your complaints.
No, at 42. We're just going all over the map here, my man. Great stuff. Great stuff. Love to see you go.
I think it's very fun. I don't not to be look how unique my ballot is because those people are annoying. But it's weird that like all the normal ballots are the ones that people get mad at on Twitter. Where I've had, again, I'm a smaller account, nothing but positive reactions.
Yeah, I mean, Chuck Taylor 38 is crazy.
I wanted to put
respectfully.
It should be more like a 37.
True. True.
Yeah, he's way better than Moxley. That fucking bum.
Oh my god.
So I'm pissed off because I forgot people off my ballot. So I went to Grimace and said, "Hey, can I resubmit?" I sent the resubmitted one, and then I realized later, like, oh, there are 2 more fucking people I forgot. I forgot Macias, and I forgot Wagner Jr.
I also forgot Wagner Jr.
I mean, to be honest, the last 10 years, like since that one Triple Mania main event, he's made it pretty easy to forget him or to want to forget him.
But
If we're
God, at
talking
his
like
peak-
greatest wrestlers whose wives accused them of being gay and having STDs, he'd be easy top 10. But
What's the other top? Hulk Hogan.
trying to think which other wrestlers are married.
none of them.
I mean, they're married to the job, obviously.
They're married to the
this
road.
business.
They're married to this business. That's right.
That's good
They're
stuff.
married to the road
That's
dog.
good stuff.
They're married to the road dog.
Every single wrestler is married to the road
The
dog.
famous bigamist BG James.
Oh man.
Getting road head from the road dog.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
The
Don't like
advantage of doing what I did and posting a list with no numbering or anything is that no one can yell at me for having Hector Garza as like number 35.
I mean, your list
Because-
is ineligible. It just cannot be read.
See, I only know one person that got yelled at for their list. They just got yelled at a lot, which is very funny to me. And that was Quentin, formerly of Q and TR.
Yeah, Tim yelling at him really caused problems for that podcast.
Truly. Truly. Some riffs can never be fixed.
So I have my numerical list here, I think. If anyone wants to ask where I put a certain wrestler.
Oh, where did you
Or
put
actually, or if you want, it might be easier to ask, a number, and I can tell you who's there.
69.
Come on.
69. Christian.
That feels
Where-
right.
Where did you put Sean Waltman?
Sean Woolman, I think 18. Let me scroll up.
Hell yeah.
Yep, 18. He came in just under Psychosis and just above Super Porky.
That's good shit.
I think anyone who listened to my Desert Island comps thing with Sam would find my top 20 or so is what I really put work in on. And I think that's very consistent with my tastes and what I value. And also just who I see as people who are kind of the well springs from which wrestling has flowed downstream. I mean, I had Austin at number 1. I had Shawn Michaels as number 2. Sabu
Despite
at 3,
not
Bully at
watching
4. What's that?
The second half of his, despite not watching the second half of his career.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, why the fuck would I do that? But yeah, Rock at 5, LA Park at 6, Ray at 7, Liger, Hayabusa, Great Sasuke, Shibata, Juventud at number 12. I feel strongly about that one.
That's
Eddie
cool.
Guerrero, Jeff Hardy, Ibushi, Onita, Psychosis, Waltman, Super Porky, and rounding up the top 20, Mr. Brock Lesnar.
Super Porky was one of the guys I wish I watched a bit more of you. I feel like he could have made it on my ballot if I watched a bit more.
Yeah, you absolutely should have done that.
Yeah.
Messed up that you did.
2026. I'm young. I got time.
No, this is probably my last one. Have to imagine.
You don't think you have it? Yeah, you don't have it in you.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know anyone that voted past the age of 40 in either of the last 2 versions of this that wasn't divorced. And I love my wife. So I can't do that. So there you go.
You could just keep submitting the same ballot.
I'll just keep this one on file. And Grimace will be 60 doing it, and I was like, hey,
Just set a calendar like
in.
event in your phone. You know, every
Now?
May 1st, submit GWE ballot.
Ugh. Maybe they'll do it like the greatest match ever thing, which I think is absurd, and they do it like every year, and it doesn't make any fucking sense to me. They should
It
start
does
that.
mean a lot less. And no one
No one cares about matches.
So I got a
submitted
question for you
that,
guys. Am I the only one who had Vince McMahon?
Yes.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's like
I
it's
think
insane
this is
that
insane.
No. Vince is like better than 80% of the people he's ever hired to wrestle for him.
Sure, maybe.
Yeah.
You can't love the Necro Butcher and not also love Vince McMahon as a wrestler.
I think I can. I think
like
I
you
can.
said that.
I do.
And I was like, right off the tongue, you cannot love
They
Necro Butcher and
they
not
are
love
so
Vince McMahon as a
closely
wrestler.
connected in what the appeal of them is. It's just that Necro Butcher is shoot punching people in the face on purpose, and Vince is doing it because he doesn't know how to work a punch.
Is so true.
Actually, that would make Vince closer to like Jerry Lawler, I guess. But
Yeah, you know what? They share some other things.
they do. They were both
I
announcers.
don't know why.
What about
Oh,
Sid? Am I
man.
the only one who had Sid?
Yeah. I didn't have many WWE wrestlers on my ballot.
Am I the only one who had Hyper Misao?
You are.
Yeah.
I can say that
Mhm.
confidently.
Mm-hmm.
That one was just like, I'm just like, okay, if Hyper Misao is nominated, like, fuck it. We're putting her in
Got it.
there. She's just going to have to carry the flag for like weird Japanese 2010s comedy wrestling. But yeah,
Do you have any?
I think Orchid actually did send us some kind of legally binding paperwork, so we can't make fun of her ballot.
Yeah, we
Like Dan did it as a bit. Orchid actually sent us like notarized forms. I had to deliver mine to myself today. It was a certified letter. I had to scan the barcode and sign for it myself.
Am I in the clear?
terrified of that woman.
Do your laws apply here?
Mystical.
Actually, I think libel and
Orchid?
slander laws are even stricter for you than they are for us.
No, because you can just sue each other over nothing and not have to pay each other. So
Paul Orndorff, 30.
Who had this?
Orchid.
Okay. I'm not gonna, Paul Orndorff at 30, sure. If you like Paul Orndorff that much, go for it. I'm not gonna. It's not someone where I'm gonna be like, really? You like Paul Orndorff that much? I'm like, yeah, Paul Orndorff was part of some fucking huge stuff in the 80s.
I think it's a lot.
Beat the shit out of Vader in the 90s. So everyone who voted for Vader, I mean, he's kind of a pussy. He got beaten up by Paul Orndorff.
I do like these last three: Little Guido, Zack Sabre Jr., Matt Tremont. A real beautiful little section. Oh, and they do have Sid.
Three tri-state legends.
Exactly. Exactly.
Actually, maybe we should all
think-
share our bottom three, just to see who rounds out the list for everyone.
Keda, Yano, Kota Ibushi, Abuela Kobayashi.
Jim
Okay.
Duggan, Hideki Suzuki, Gran Hamada.
Okay.
Messias, Command Bolshoi, and Viano Quattro.
I had him at 73. But my bottom three, at number 98, a little gentleman named Wotan. At 99, a dashing gentleman named William Regal. And at number 100, a guy who I'm shocked has not had some kind of critical resurgence in years, Pierrot Jr. I feel like he's got a lot of heel bullshit matches that like some kind of Matt D who does more lucha stuff instead of watching AEW every week needs to like get on board and push. I mean, maybe Matt D already did push PR Jr. It's impossible to like really check out the archives of the Segunda Caída blog. So,
Oh, so reminder, when are they going to Orange Crush? What's going on there?
I'm hoping Orange Crush just got medicated or has entered the down phase of their bipolar episode.
So they're not. We're not moving off the block.
I don't know, man.
I don't think they should. I think it was fucked up they even suggested it.
Are tickets to Produce still fucking $75 GA?
This is a great question.
I mean, I said this on the Discord server. I really do think that with all of the talk about connections to the art world and the fashion world and all this really did strike me as something like Sukaban, where it's just like, okay, we're going to fleece some art and fashion people and other types of for a lot of money, put on a wrestling show incidental to that, and make out like bands. I mean, the next Sukaban show in New York is sponsored by like Nike.
You can get a general admission ticket for $58.61.
Oh wow!
To Produce one.
That's a steal.
And ringside for $115.
You can't afford not to go.
Can't afford not to go. Card, unsure of. Couldn't tell you. They don't put it on the event website. So.
And I just want to confirm 107 Detroit Pistons, 97 the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Stuck it,
That's
Dan.
right, baby.
Detroit basketball.
Do you think Dan's just like wrecking his hotel room right now watching this?
Yep.
I think he's punching Matt Riddle.
His phone's been dead since 11 a.m. and he's just whipping it at the bed over and over again.
Yeah, he is in a shoot fight with Matt Riddle right now.
It'd be so awesome if Dan comes back from vacation. It's like, yeah, so I decided to start training jujitsu.
Oh my god!
I think you were my bet. I think right now he's yelling at those Stingrays. This one's for Steve Irwin. That would be my damn prediction.
I do credit Dan for not bothering Zachary Wentz and Priscilla Kelly for their photos. He knew where to draw the line. You get the photos with Gacy and Riddle.
Not the real stars.
And then, and just get out of there.
All right. Are we ready for the wacky line?
I'm ready.
I think I am.
Are we calling it the wacky line? Is that the official or stand by it?
I think we're still Q and TR.
Q&AR.
Q&AR.
Q&AR, sorry.
Call it what you want, I guess. It's your podcast. You, the listener. First question. I haven't mentioned last week. Are you folks telling people who's saying these questions? Are you clicking all the way through?
God, no.
No.
Cool.
Don't encourage them.
Question for the pod. If you had to choreograph an Olympic figure skating or gymnastics routine to any wrestler's entrance music, whose would you choose?
American males.
Okay.
So it's a strong pick. We all knew first draft they were going number one.
I'm going to say the X Factor theme by Uncle Kracker.
That's good. That's good.
I'm gonna say nothing.
Nothing?
Silence. Like when fucking Jack Perry would come out to just silence to be like, I'm a heel now. I don't have music.
Yeah.
Didn't John Cena do that too?
Impossible to know.
It really is.
All right. Nate Webb. Anyway, moving on. Question for the podcast. What's your favorite ABBA song?
My favorite what?
ABBA?
Oh, okay.
Gimme, 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 a Man After Midnight.
Chris
That's
is
hard to
correct.
beat. Lay All Your Love on Me. That's what I'll go with.
That's another good one.
Cool. Moving on.
It's weird. I love ABBA. I love musicals. Mamma Mia, terrible musical.
Great movie. All right.
No.
Question for the podcast. If there was a sandwich named after you, what kind of sandwich would it be? If it was Rand Dice, it'd be a bologna sandwich with mustard.
My sandwich. You know what? I keep it simple. Just bread and butter. You don't need anything else.
No, that's not a sandwich. I don't like that for a variety of reasons.
That's my favorite interview. Ringo Starr was asked what his favorite sandwich is. He just goes cheese sandwich.
Chris
He's
Sandwich.
asked any.
Chris Sandwich. You slam a hams, then you do a shot of rail whiskey, and then you slam another hams. That's a Chris Sandwich.
Mine would be an
Cool.
ice cream sandwich.
No, please don't do this to me.
Yeah,
We
no,
can't
just
get into
it'd
this.
just be an ice cream sandwich, but it'd be called the Pat.
Okay. All right. Question for the pod. Are there any promotions, current or historic, that would be better if they increased average match time? No.
You don't think GCW would do well with a few more Broadway draws?
Yeah, give Joey
Weirdly, no.
Janela 50.
Oh man,
I
his mind
think
really
kind
wandered.
of. I think mid 2000s Ring of Honor really could have benefited. Put 20 more
Yeah,
minutes
Austin
on
Aries and
matches.
Danielson needed to not pussy out.
If you're gonna do it, commit to it.
Sure. Okay. Question for the podcast. Hack with a K or hack with a CK? If you had to recast any Gene Hackman role with the Sandman, which would you choose? And if you had to book Hackman in Sandman's place for any match, which match and era of Mean Gene are you choosing?
I am casting the Sandman in the French Connection 2.
The French Connection 2?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Where his enemies get Popeye Doyle addicted to meth.
Mm-hmm. Okay. The Replacements, 'cause I love that movie.
I'm putting Gene Hackman in the World Tenenbaums. No, he's already in it. I'm putting the Sandman in World Tenenbaums.
Okay. Okay.
See, I was thinking put the Sandman in the Birdcage.
Ooh.
I always get Gene Hackman confused with Paul Newman, which doesn't really
What?
make sense.
They look so similar. They sound so
Yeah.
similar. They were
Everything
both
about
married to
them.
the same woman.
Practically identical.
When I heard this question, my answer, first thing that came to my head was The Color of Money. I don't know how to explain it.
And Gene Hackman is now wrestling Cactus Jack in a Falls Count Anywhere match.
I also, just as a thought, I think if you asked Sandman this question, he would say Hoosiers.
Sure. Yeah, for sure.
It's Gene Hackman, Paul Newman, Roy Scheider, all take up the same space in my mind.
They did all act in the 70s.
As for matches, have you guys ever seen Hack versus Goldberg in WCW?
Yeah.
Yeah, great little hidden classic of a match. Put Gene Hackman in it.
Perfect. Turn into dust. Question for the pod. Which Yu-Gi-Oh character would be more interested in work shoots if they were in the wrestling business? I don't know what the fuck this means.
I know Yu-Gi-Oh, so if you want me to take over here,
Yeah, please.
Please do.
Okay.
the answer is Joey Wheeler, and it's a stupid question because there's an obvious answer. The answer is Joey Wheeler.
You didn't ask this.
Boston-
Did you ask this question?
No.
Okay,
Give me
just
some
making
respect.
sure.
No. All right. Give for the P. Should I get out of bed and go get a bagel even though it is cold outside? Annie.
Yes.
If you're listening
Yeah.
to this, yes.
That's what I do
Oh.
at work every single day.
I don't really live in a country that like serves bagels, so I'm gonna say no.
What? What do you mean?
Like, there's not like
Yeah,
a
bagels?
place you would. We have. You can like buy a bagel. You can buy bagels and toast them yourself. But you wouldn't go to like a store and get a bagel.
Yeah, you just get a sausage roll or something normal.
All
Yeah,
right, cool.
sausage
I've
roll,
got
yeah.
Condé Nast Traveler. I got a list of the best places to get a bagel in London. I can send this to you if you need that. But
You know what? I'm living a good life. I don't think bagels.
Cafe Columbia?
Fuck's sake.
Brandeis. Jesus Christ. Fuck me.
That's right, buddy. Yep.
Wow. You nailed it.
We just started.
So, yeah, you're here just in time for Bagelgate.
Well, I've been ranking every 2CW match. It's happened. So do you want me to go? Oh yeah. Honestly, I feel like I made good decisions here.
It is funny.
Yeah, go Pistons.
I wouldn't have bet Isabel
not
and
hear that.
Dokuma were bigger draws, but we live in this world.
Man. Dan was blasted off that Matt Riddle shit. I love it.
He's clearly hanging out with him right now. I think Riddle was in the room. You could feel it.
Yeah, I was just hearing, bro.
There's like a hum.
Dan's going to the walk-in esthetician clinic to get like the fucking injection so he can have Matt Riddle lips.
Yeah, for the listeners at home, we had to edit out the constant blaring of Warren G Regulate in the background there.
It was like the WrestleMania autism
I
hum.
will say the Photech remix of Warren G Regulate, underrated entrance music as an all-timer thing. You know, Riddle coming out to the Regulate remix. That was great shit. Coming out, cutting a promo on trashy Tim Thatcher.
Question for the podcast: who is the Frank Grimes of wrestling?
Yeah, they said hard mode, don't pick Bret Hart.
Okay.
That is a
I'm
good
gonna
idea.
say so see if you guys can follow along with me on this. I'm gonna say Ryback. I feel like he's a big muscle bound idiot, but he still has very strong Frank Grimes energy.
I'm gonna go. You know, someone who had some issues with Ryback. I'm gonna go CM Punk.
Oh my god, I wish CM Punk would grab some live wires.
The the press conference really is Frank Grimes energy. Like, I work with children. I
Hey,
fucking
man, what a
hate this shit.
competition.
Now I'm going to go to the
children.
bathroom with and not wash my hands, but that doesn't matter because I'm Nick Jackson. The real question is, who would be the dog that gets made the vice president?
Lenny.
That's another Simpsons character.
Danhausen.
Danhausen is a very good choice.
No, was Punk's dog not called Lenny? Am I remembering
Oh,
that
I
correctly?
thought you meant Lenny, the guy from The Simpsons.
yeah,
I'm just
no,
kind
it
of
is
like, what are you talking
confusing.
about? Oh man, remember when Kenny Omega bit that dog? Remember when wrestling was cool?
You for the P. What is your go-to bagel?
Asiago.
Yeah, I switch between Asiago and everything.
Sausage, egg, and
Toasted.
cheese on and everything.
Toasted with peanut butter. Because that's what I make it for breakfast sometimes.
Plain bagel. Is that
No,
what
this
we're rocking?
one will have like raisins in it.
So a cinnamon raisin.
Perhaps. It's
I don't know
entirely
why you're
possible.
having such big problems with bagels here.
There's not a thing over here.
I don't know if this is true, and I feel I need to contact
Sorry.
my friends.
So yeah, no,
over-
I've already lived in London nearly my entire life. You're right. You're the authority on.
I don't trust you, I guess, on bagels or food in general. I think that's fair and understandable at this point in our relationship.
No, I don't have great taste in food.
You for the P.
That's fair.
If MJF started doing a finisher called the Jewish Space Laser, what move would that
Flip
be?
it.
Don't say that. I don't know. I don't know.
Jewish space laser.
Yep.
I think a power driver would work. There's some like kind of downward force that I associate with a space laser.
Superplex.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I got nothing, man. I mean,
All right. Imagine you start organization. Schoolboy. Love it. Love it. Imagine you start an organization with all the people WWE's released, not just this year, but as a whole history of ever. Who would you put the gold on in day one? And how would you construct the talent hierarchy, upper carders, mid carders, and whatnot? That's too much. So we'll just start with
Bryan Danielson.
Test.
Test would be a very good choice.
No Way Jose.
Okay, I didn't realize you were doing funny answers. Now I feel like a dick.
I'm not being funny. Fuck you.
Yeah, I truly believe in No Way Jose as the top guy.
Test is a fucking beast, man. What are you
Test?
talking about?
In the words of Dan's friend Matt Riddle, Test is a stallion.
Okay, next question for the pod around the professional wrestler Darby Allin. One, if you had to decide between you, which VPR regular would be best to nominate to compete against Darby in a contest to do the sickest kickflip, who would you choose? Two, if Darby confided in you that he's going to do 5 more matches, then retire, but they can be against anyone, who would you suggest? One, we're not going to do 2. That's
all the pigs.
Yeah, sure. Don't put 5 matches down. What the fuck are we... No lists.
Okay,
Didn't we
so
already do this?
I can I suggest a modification to this question?
Sure.
Darby is going out with a best of 5 series against one person.
Okay.
Johnny Knoxville.
Chris Jericho.
I gotta give it
Himself.
himself.
Those are fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, I just short circuited my brain. Anyway, I was
All
going.
right.
I was going to say
Perfect.
Slade.
Slade.
Best
Do any of
five is
us-
Slade.
Yep.
Do any of us
Also,
skate?
sickest kickflip. I think Cole might have some skills that he's been hiding.
I hate to say this. I think it's Rand Dice.
Maybe
No.
he's been talking about how he wants to get a Razor scooter.
He just seems like a real scumbag, you know? Like,
Sure.
I just associate, I guess, people that
You
used
just
to skate in high
skateboarders.
school
You look at
are a
Tony
bunch of
Hawk and you're like, that guy's a
scumbags. And I'm like,
fucking
you know what?
pervert.
They look like Dan looks. That feels right. They look like some regular Ricky Shane Pages. And that feels like Dan's type of energy. So,
There's been moments in Steve-O's life he's looked like Dan.
yeah, there you go.
I heartily recommend to anyone who hasn't seen it, watch the Tom Green web show where he and Steve-O get drunk in real time throughout a 4-hour show.
Love that.
You unmuted the cough.
Yeah. That was the tail end of the cough.
Could have been worse, Pork. Don't be an ass. Question for my peers and friends. Which wrestlers would
That was
you-
from me. So I'm gonna skip this question, but
Okay, perfect.
you all answer.
Oh, okay. I thought we were all skipping it. Okay. Would you most and least want to meet at Discovery Cove? Side question. If you were a wrestler and a shirtless Rand Dice started wandering up to you at Discovery Cove, what pro wrestling move would you do to him as a shoot?
Actually, I will answer that part, but after you guys.
I would most like to meet Mr. Pogo, because that means he's alive. And I would least like to meet Matt fucking Riddle. I do not want to selfie with Matt Riddle. Why would you do that?
Because Joe Gacy called him over.
I have not had any idea Cove is all day. And there's been a lot of mention of Discovery Cove. More Discovery Cove mentions than I've had in my entire life.
It's what HBO is rebranding.
What
to.
is it?
I don't know. It's a beach thing in Florida.
And that's kind of what it looks like. Just like
It's a water park. It's just a big water park.
it's kind of shitty.
What a park.
Anyway. Water park. Anyway. Most
I would do a
elite.
concerto.
I would do
Crucio.
the finger poke.
Most.
I would do the finger poke of death.
Okay, perfect.
Sam, what shoot maneuver would you fell your friend Rand Dice with?
Some sort of Eddie Gordo kick.
See, I'm thinking you got to nail him with the shoot Canadian Destroyer.
That fucking. That's what you gotta do. That is what you gotta do. You're right. You're right.
There was like there used to be this guy Jubblegum who was like, I don't know if he was like a real money mark for PWG, but he was kind of a money mark for PWG because he was just like a rich kid in California. Tim probably knows him. We could probably ask Tim about this. But he got into like a genuine fight with Brian Alvarez over whether or not it was possible to give someone a shoot Canadian Destroyer. And I still think about that like 15 years later.
Who was on each side of the argument?
Brian Alvarez insisted that you cannot in any universe give someone a shoot Canadian Destroyer, and I think like the goalpost kept shifting. Like, well, what if it was a baby?
Yeah.
Like,
what if?
You have
Got
to.
there.
It was in back when Alvarez still did Figure 4 Weekly. It was in like a road report he did of going to see PWG, and him and Jubblegum having this insane argument. He included it in the newsletter because I can only imagine he was that upset about it.
I'm on Jubblegum's side. You can absolutely.
Yeah, what if it was a baby?
What if?
I mean, there's only one way to find out, Chris.
Would you do a shoot Canadian destroyer on baby Hitler?
No, but on Baby Randice, yeah.
All right. Q for the P. Say something nice about Pork. Unfortunately, not a question.
Let's skip this one.
So
that's not a question.
Thank
I can't
you.
answer
That
that.
we got,
isn't-
we got
that
no
isn't a
question
question.
marks. If you said
You
say
know, Pork,
something,
I
nice
gotta
about
say,
Pork,
Pork, you stepped up when Dan and Orchid refused,
truly.
and when
That
Tanner
is-
also refused.
That's funny. I was told I was the first choice, but that's
God
cool.
damn it, Pat.
No,
Come
that's
on.
my nice thing to say. And I'm
I
sure
bet.
Rob Naylor appreciates you giving him that late career bump.
No, you know, I got to do some charity work now and again.
Unfortunately, Tanner's in the group that we do discuss. Do we have people not attending the podcast this week? By that I mean a podcast that I do not host anymore.
Didn't Tanner say he's playing like adult t-ball or something?
Yeah, he's got his
said
little league game
Little
today.
League game. What does that mean? He didn't say gotta go to my cousin's, my nephew's little league game, my niece's. I just little league game. I don't get it. Q for the P. Any VHS tapes that you wore out as a kid?
I don't know that I ever actually wore any out to the point that they like wouldn't play anymore or got fuzzy, but I do remember being a kid and renting the 1986 Transformers movie about 11 jillion times. Like every time we went to the video store.
My most worn out tape was definitely we taped episodes of Pokemon when it was first airing. And I watched those like all the episodes where Ash first gets Bulbasaur and Charmander and stuff. I wore the shit out of those tapes.
I would say it was the tape holding up posters in my room. Got pretty worn out. They were starting to fall down.
It's not a VHS tape.
So, what is a VHS tape?
Wizard of Oz.
I think they actually, obviously, I didn't have VHS tapes. I did kind of watch. I had like the first 4 seasons of The Muppets on DVD. I would watch those a lot.
Okay, sure. All right. Next question. I'm going to be honest with you. I can't really figure it out. Best grocery store deli salad.
You can't
Yeah,
figure
I
it out?
some-
Can't figure it out.
You know how at the deli counter they've got all of the like salads and stuff and like the sides. You can get like potato wedges. You can
Sure.
get like
Okay.
yeah, they've got all those different like salads. I mean, I'm
Okay.
just going with like a regular ass macaroni salad.
Sure. No, I gotcha. I guess.
I'm kind of scared off of buying basically any of that stuff based on my brother working in a supermarket deli and just telling me like horror stories about it.
Hmm.
And
Can
it
you
just kind
tell
of
us
stuck with
where
me
the
to the point where I'm just kind of like, even though, the stuff I'm buying that came from some factory is probably a million times worse.
Can you share any stories in the pod?
Well, he worked with a lot of people who were actively on drugs
Cool.
and were not being especially careful with sanitation.
Nice. Dan suggested bologna salad, which I had not heard of before.
I don't need to find out about that.
That seems like something like how like people in the South call overalls bibs or whatever.
Sure. Yeah. It kind of looks like cat food. based on this blog called thecountrycook.net. I don't love it.
I don't get what this question is at all, but I like a good tuna sweet corn salad. That's my answer.
No, thank you. Question for everyone but Pat. Who is the next women wrestler that Pat will become obsessed with? Follow-up question for Pat. Which of these answers sounds most likely?
So it's missing an important criteria, like obsessed with as a bit or obsessed with as in I actually watch their matches, because those are two different things.
Okay, what is
But
Shotzi
sometimes I feel like
Blackheart?
they blur.
Shotzi Blackheart is like the perfect dividing line between the two.
Okay. Where's
Because I do enjoy watching her matches, but I don't actively seek them out. So boosting Shotzi Blackheart is like 50% a bit.
Where's Brindley Reese?
Brindley Reese is like 300% a bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna say RFK's niece.
Oh, that's a good. I'm gonna go Harley Cameron. I think it's time for an AEW one.
I got nothing. I don't pay attention to women's wrestling. Which is the closest one, Pat?
I think between the two options, I would rather make Harley Cameron the next bit than what's her fucking name?
Zoe Hines.
Zoe Hines, RFK Jr.
Nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys.
How is she related to RFK Jr., did you say?
I think niece by marriage, something like that. I don't fucking know, man.
Okay. Cool. Anyway. This isn't a question so much if you want content. Nope, never mind.
No, we're doing this. Don't you dare.
But if you want content, I was just asking Sam about the time he was the only one on the timeline posting about Video Game Award podcast in the middle of January 6th.
This is.
What's there to say?
Were you aware what was going on?
Wasn't really paying attention.
Locked in?
I was locked in.
Yeah, you were locked into Giant
I mean,
Bob
you were
Game.
clearly on Twitter.
I was locked in. You ever just like throw your app open, start posting?
I try not to.
Don't even need to scroll. Just open it up, start typing.
Just wondering what Ben Pack's gonna say about Game of the Year.
Exactly.
Wait, so is this about video game podcasts or a podcast about video games?
Well, one, I don't know what the difference between those two sentences is.
There's an award for video game podcast.
Game of the Year podcast.
Actually, can we just for a second, the intersection of the question about obsession with women's wrestlers and the question about weird shit on the Twitter timeline, the junction point goes something like this. At Weekly Natsupoi, Natty, I did some research on Priestley. Bea Priestley is a very rough, brutal, dirty wrestler, but she also had some extremely serious medical issues when she was young, and these could very well kill her in the ring during a match. I will tell later in private. So Chizar is sending to a Natsupoi fan account his advice on how to kill Bea Priestley.
And thank God. Do us all a favor.
Do we think she's coming? Isn't she married to one of the dogs?
I know she was dating Will Ospreay, but I don't think.
No, that's been over for a while. I think she's dating or married to one of the dogs. Clark Connors, maybe. So she might be on her way back.
Damn, that's Cruel's dream to be married to one of the dogs.
She's dating Riley Osborne, who is
who?
It's a great question. He was in WWE.
That
Who the
that
fuck is
doesn't
with
help.
Clark? Isn't Clark Connors like married to someone?
Maybe. Question for
Was it-
podcast:
or-
which is better, Alien or The Thing?
The Thing.
The
The
thing.
Thing.
Agreed.
Not a super hard question.
I mean, Alien is great, but
Alien
The
is
Thing
great.
is like maybe the best movie ever.
Okay,
Sure.
Yeah,
in the corrections department, Tekla is in a relationship with Clark Connors. I mixed
Okay.
up B. Priestley and Tekla.
As you do.
As one does.
Two white women Andrew Chizar hates.
All right.
He's so relatable.
Q for the P. Favorite book you've read this year so far?
I really enjoyed, because most of the books I read are stuff I find in the little free libraries on my postal route. I really enjoyed Sometimes a Great Notion by Ken Kesey, and I'm currently reading Stacy Schiff. I think it's Stacy Schiff. I can't remember her name. The book's in my car right now. But it's someone Schiff who did a really good biography of Cleopatra, like a decade and a half ago. She did a book about the Salem witch trials that I've been reading during my lunch breaks, and it's very good.
Oh yeah.
I have a very embarrassing answer. Mine is Behind the Mirror, The Inside World of Big Brother.
No. Okay.
It's really good. It's really good.
I bet. Yeah.
Look,
Yeah. No, you don't
This-
got to say anymore. We're good.
I'm sick of this being a Survivor server. It's Big Brother season coming around, and I'm gonna watch it, and I'm gonna hate it, but it's really good.
Chris.
I haven't done a lot of reading this year, but I am currently rereading Game of Thrones because the Duncan Egg show reminded me that I don't hate Game of Thrones. I don't hate A Song of Ice and Fire. It was the TV show that was bad, and I'm rereading Game of Thrones and being like, damn, this is a great book.
Oh yeah.
I've been watching Game of Thrones through YouTube Shorts. Pretty fun.
That's a good way to watch that show. That's probably what that show deserves. The first like 3 seasons are great though. Because it's just following the books basically.
I have read the first Game of Thrones book. I should probably read the others.
I've been reading Oscar Wars. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
So there's what? The Grouch versus... trying to think of
No,
another...
Q for the
Wild?
P.
Oscar the Grouch versus Oscar Mayer.
Versus
Shut
Oscar Wilde.
Everyone, no. Which former NFL stadium would be the best one for a wrestler to use for their funeral? What's up with the funeral questions?
I mean,
It's a macabre time.
they should have laid
Pronounced
Hulk
Maccabee.
Hogan. They should have laid Hulk
I've
Hogan to
read that
rest. Where the Pontiac Silverdome used to be.
That's good. Yeah.
Laying him to rest where he laid Andre the Giant to rest. In
From
front of
93,000 fans.
93,000 wild Hulkamaniacs.
I think Vince McMahon
it.
should be buried in MetLife.
Sure.
I have no other
Why not?
thoughts on it. Well, sometimes you just say stuff.
So, you know what? Sometimes you just say stuff.
That's a good
I
chunk
get
of what this podcast is.
I would say it's almost entirely what it is.
It's just a show about nothing.
And that's the final question. That one came in at 9
That's what
p.m.
we go
so
out
an
on.
hour and 20 minutes ago. So, any final words before we call this a wrap?
Go Pistons.
Go
Go
Pistons.
Tottenham.
Cavs.
Do you think
suck it.
that Cruel's favorite wrestler was Rick Steiner because he was the dog-faced gremlin?